Reporting appropriate information to the charge nurse. What you want to do first is complete your starting up steps and then complete caregiving as per the care plan. If you find anything abnormal, such as vital signs, behavior, function, level of care required, or any skin integrity issues, you got to report it to the nurse right away. And then just complete your finishing up steps. So for documenting vital signs and activities of daily living, you want to do first is your starting up steps, complete caregiving or any required tasks such as vital signs for the resident as per the care plan, and then complete your finishing up steps. And then the CNA is responsible for accurately documenting caregiving associated with activities of daily living and other information such as vital signs, intake, and output. And you always want to use black ink, and you want to print eligibly so people can actually read what you wrote. And then you want to record everything in a timely manner, and always maintain confidentiality at all times. Only document what you have completed, and then you want to sign your name. And if there is an error, you want to draw just a straight line through and then correct the error, and then put your initials at the end. And that's it. So documenting changes in a resident's body. You want to start off by, of course, doing your starting up steps, complete caregiving as per the care plan. If there are any new changes in behavior or level of functioning, we have to report that to the nurse, both subjective and objective. So subjective would be anything that you feel or you have a hunch, and objective is like concrete facts. So you always want to report those to the nurse, and then you complete your documentation and finish up by doing your finishing up steps. Okay, so for participating in resident care planning, you always want to complete caregiving needs for the resident. Note the level of assistance for activities of daily living and holistic well-being and any changes of condition. The CNA must document within normal limits, and there are no changes in condition. We must report any findings that are outside of the normal limits or any change in condition to the nurse. You want to provide information for care planning purposes and participate in the care planning process as requested by the nurse. And that's it. So bowel and bladder retraining is a program for residents who have an overactive bladder in combination with incontinence. So usually what we try to do is have the resident wait longer periods of time in between going to the restroom. So in order to do this, we do our starting up steps first. We look at the resident's care plan to identify the time in between the use of the toilet, and then support the resident's self-esteem and remind them that the instructions from the nurse if the bathroom trips are requested in between the time frames listed on the care plan. If any incontinent episodes occur, we just clean the area, change clothing or bedding if needed, and then make sure we document the time the resident voids, and then report any distress that the resident has to the nurse, and then just complete your finishing up steps.